I was trained before I even became an ASM for that. That whole power speed, my man.
We're about wrapping up a icebreaker here, so we'll be starting in just a couple of minutes.
is if anyone would like candy. Good evening. Welcome. If anyone would like candy before we begin, come and see Harry down in the front row, or he can see you. Could we please have Danielle come to the podium? Just stand there. It's easier. Mm-hmm.
Scott's prepared for prayer? It is too.
Well, good evening. Welcome to Roundtable. Anybody new in the audience today? Hi, all newbies. Welcome to our Roundtable. And I'd like to introduce the Roundtable team. We have our Council Commissioner, Rob Coates. Linda, our Council Roundtable Commissioner. Jeremy is also a Roundtable Commissioner. Danielle Stromberg, who just did the opening. Mike Marseglia, who is not here this evening, but he will be in attendance during other roundtables. Our handy media specialist is Bob Bitgood behind the scenes. Myself, Lisa Kozel Kenyon, and of course my helpers, Harry and Mike Kenyon. And we'd like to also present Mr. Tim McCandless this evening. So, with no further ado, could we please have Mr. McCandless come on up?
Thank you very much, Lisa. Thank you to all of our roundtable staff who help make this program possible. More than anything else, as we start off the program year, it's exciting to see, from our perspective at Narragansett Council, literally hundreds of youth joining scouting in units all across the council. So far, August and September, over 400 kids have joined for the first time into a pack or troop or Sea Scout ship. And we're literally the only council in New England that is growing right now. So I'm sorry the other ones aren't growing, but it's kudos to you and all of our units for an excellent job in promoting and recruiting in the last several weeks. So give yourselves a hand. We've off to a great start with our fall recruiting. For Narragansett Council, this is our third consecutive year of membership growth so far. And we're super excited about that coming out of COVID, that we're growing. And I know it varies from unit to unit, but that's one of the things we want to help you with. If you need help recruiting, whether you're with a pack or troop or venture crew, Sea Scout ship, we want to help you with that. So make sure you're talking with your district leaders, your commissioner, or your district executive if we can provide any assistance to you in promoting in your community, through your schools, social media, or other avenues. We can show you some great ways to do that. And we can assist you with that. Now, no scouting happens without leaders like you who say yes when asked, or arm twisted, or however it happened, to be a leader in your pack or troop. I want to thank you for doing that. I saw, Lisa, that there was a few new people here for their first time at a round table. So thank you for taking the brave step to come and be a part of this. And we welcome you especially. I'm interested, who here is a new leader within the last 3 months? You weren't a leader before, but within the last 3 months, you have signed up and registered to be a leader in scouting in a pack or troop or wherever. Anyone that's new in the last 3 months, let's say, right up there. All right. Could you just shout out your name and what unit you're with? That's awesome. Is there anyone else who's new in the last 3 months? Well, Megan, thank you for stepping up to be a leader. I've got something special for you. I'm going to ask Ethan to take it up for you right here. We've got a special Narragansett Council Challenge coin to say thank you for saying yes to being a leader and to coming to your very first roundtable meeting. That's awesome. Welcome to Scouting. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. And thank you for being a leader to each of you. How many of you, either for a day or a week, you did day camp, Cub Scout day camp, or summer camp at Camp Yagu, or one of the other camp programs this summer? Oh, that's awesome. That is so great to see. That's so great to see. Did any of your scouts do the new ice skating merit badge at Camp Yagu? Yes, excellent. We actually are the only scout camp in America to offer ice skating merit badge. Thanks to a partnership with URI, we were able to use school buses every week to let scouts who wanted to do that go to Boss Ice Arena at the UR campus, which is just down the road from Camp Yagu, which is convenient. And we had over 200 scouts this summer earn the ice skating merit badge. That's phenomenal. Watch in the Scout Life magazine. They've told us that they're getting ready to do, I don't know what month it will be, but they're running a little story on that in an upcoming month because it's so unique we were able to do that. We had a lot of great new programs offered, either at day camp or at summer camp, and we've got a lot that our team is working on for next summer as well. So super excited about what's to come. So thank you for your role in leadership. Lisa, thank you for your leadership here tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Could I have Robert Hart, another Roundtable Commissioner, come on up, and he will do our safety moment this evening. Okay, do it.
Thank you, Bob. Hi, guys. How are you all doing? Good. Awesome. Does anyone know what Triple E is? Okay. Do you guys know what to do when you guys are out camping? Some of you? Not all of you. When you guys are out camping, make sure you guys have, your scouts have long pants on and long socks on. Also long sleeves. You know why? Triple E, and also for you don't get bit. And also wear DEET at the 5 o'clock. Start having your scouts putting on around 4:30, 5 o'clock, wearing it. And if they're staying outdoors for a long period of time, keep on putting it on. And also, if you're doing it indoors, you don't have to wear it as much. But if you're going outdoors, put it on. Make sure when you're tenting, put your tent flaps up, not all the way, but make sure you have a nice screen on them and they're not broken or ripped. Mostly besides that, sleeping in tents, anywhere. Make sure when you're getting up in the morning, they're still out. So make sure you have long sleeves on, pants on, and everything else. Want to go to the next one, Lisa? Oh. Oh, is it moving by itself? Oh. Triple E is a virus. There is no cure for it. We all know that. The older people are more sensitive to it than middle age, but it's mostly the younger kids that we have now that are in Cub Scouting and Boy Scouting that also can get it, and a lot of kids can pass away from it if they're not having all this symptoms on it. And between the Rhode Island and Mass and Connecticut, there's a lot of cases. Schedule outdoor events to avoid the hours of dusk and dawn where the mosquitoes are most active. More events active to indoors location and reschedule. When we are outdoors, wear long pants and long sleeves and shirts, socks, and this may different to when the weather is hot and all that. And touch away from skin. Use DEET at all times after 4:30, 20% or more if they have it. Anyone sells it. Your best bet, Amazon, big packages, stuff like that. More for your buck. The troops may apply it or your scouts may apply it, but Scoutmasters, Assistant Scoutmasters, Cub Masters, Assistant Cub Masters, make sure your kids are putting it on, remind them, help them out if they need it, stuff like that. Keeping mosquitoes out of the house, repairing the holes and screens like I talked about, getting the fixes for holes and everything. They do sell that stuff on Amazon and Home Depot and everything else.
For additional resources, please visit
In Narragansett Council.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you. We have some presentations this evening. Could I have Michael Kenyon come on up and discuss council awards?
Thank you very much. Not really a presentation, more of an announcement. So I'm the Northwest District Training Chair. And as we all know, some of us are associated with PACs. Some of us are associated with, what did I say? Oh, awards chair. Sorry. I didn't change my position. I'll train people too if they need it. So I'm training you now about awards, okay? And and so whether we're associated with a pack or a troop, we all know it's very important to recognize the scouts when they've earned rank or merit badges or what have you. And so it's also very important to recognize the adults. How do we go about doing that? Awards. Okay. We all, at least all of us, should have received the council email. I think I received one today, and it talked about the awards. Some awards such as the Silver Beaver, the North Star, the Torch of Gold, Duty to God. There's a whole bunch. So if you look in the back, way up on the top, there's a little sheet that has a lot of those listed, and there's a little QR. I'm like the QR code guy. So there's a QR code for each of those that allows you to download the nomination form and information on those different awards. So please take a time to nominate those friends of yours that are worthy of nomination. And the Silver Beaver needs to be nominated by November 3rd. So please get your nominations in soon. Thanks.
Thank you.
I wasn't taking questions. Okay, go ahead. Thank you, Matt, for that addition, because when we're all meeting, it does make it a lot easier to have all that data. Another question or comment? No? Okay. All right.
Thank you. Could we have Carl Pepino come on down to talk about scouting for food? Well, you're on, you're live on video.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Carl Pepino, and I've been around a few years. In fact, I did go to the first Scouting for Food in this council. Anyone want to take a guess when that was? What year?
69.
Who said 88? 88. It's our 36th year doing Scouting for Food. So I went there, I'm just 39, so I was just a kid when I went to that one. Anyway, my name is Carl, and I'm the chairperson of Scouting for Food. I took over for Joe DeStefano, who did it for many, many years. And now I've taken over. And as you know, in 36 years, things do change. And we have changed dramatically with Scouting for Food. No more National Guard with trucks, no fire departments where we used to drop our food off. Now we're food staying in the area that you're in, bring it right to a food bank. And the response we got from that was outstanding, that they could not believe the courtesy of the kids, how well organized they were. The volunteers were helpful. The boys were doing a great job, and girls. And so I was shocked because I didn't, we usually get calls like, why didn't you pick up my food? It's been there 2 days and that kind of stuff. But anyway, I was really pleased to see that we had a lot of positive response with the units going to the local food pantries. Now, I'm going to be around tonight. We're going to pass out the door hangers for the Northwest service area. I'll answer any questions that you have. How many are new people? Have never been in the Scouting for Food? Okay. We have chair people around the council that will be making calls or emails to line you up with a food bank that's close to your unit or within, a short proximity. You have to go far. So last year we did real well. This year we raised we got 150,000 pounds of food. And I congratulate you all that have been doing this for years and all the new people. So give yourselves a round of applause. So that's what we're doing now. And I don't have my calendar, but I know the days. It's the last Saturday in October. Who's got a calendar that can help me out? And we're picking up the food.
Second.
Thank you. How's that? Okay, I'll be seeing you outside a little later. I'll be around for any of the questions and not taking the time from the meeting. And I thank you all for what you do to help the people in Rhode Island to get food.
Thank you so much. Could we have Jan Zukowski come on up and talk about membership? Ooh.
Good topic. Excellent.
But it's online.
Oh,
People at
Bob needs me. Check, check. Hey, everyone. Good evening. My name is Jan Zukowski, and I have a couple of minutes, but I wanted to come tonight and introduce myself. I'm the district membership chair. A lot of what Tim said resonates. We had a great year, and we were out. You guys did a fantastic job at our recruitment events. I hit about 4 different locations that day with a lot of liquid sunshine happening. Got to see a lot of units, got to talk with a lot of you and talk about what your recruitment strategies are, how you tackle them, what you do in the spring, what you do in the fall. Do you do a full year program? What happens in the summertime? And one thing resonated that you guys want. It's a little bit more conversation, a little bit more cohesion within the communities. So starting next month, taking that feedback, I'll be reaching out to you guys in the Lincoln area, in the Cumberland area, and we're going to have these community meetings and get you guys together and sit around and talk about what does it mean from your particular community as to what recruitment, retention, and Weeblos to Scout transition mean? What works for you? What hasn't been working for you? And we'll come up with ideas and plans that we can carry into the spring for our recruitment season and take within next September when we do these scouting drives again. Also, you'll be probably getting phone calls. If Matthew contacts you, we're doing some more pushes right now, some events within your local units. I talked with Matthew today. We arranged for PAC 6 Cranston to have a recruitment drive for our PAC meeting this month. We're doing a killer event with science and Halloween. So just if Matthew reaches out to you, work with him, pick a great date that works best for your unit, and welcome in some new families and some new scouts in. It works. I've seen it locally within my units. We just recruited our 13th new Cub Scout this year. We've broken 40 for the first time since the pandemic. So we want to take the success to your guys' units as well. So once again, my name is Jan Zukowski. I'll be around all evening, bouncing between the two breakout sessions, talking and chit-chatting with you guys a little bit more. And if you want, you can even come to your unit. And like I said, we're going to be setting up these smaller community events to really engage with you guys, and something that we can take back to the district, to the council, and work with you directly on that. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you, thank you. And our last presentation before Mr. Coates closes and talks to you, Tom Tenorowitz about Merit Badge College.
Thanks, Lisa. Not really a presentation, but just an update. Just want to remind everybody that Merit Badge College will be January 4th, 2025, once again at Rhode Island College. And the important thing is registration will open October 31st at midnight. The list of classes and prerequisites are not quite online yet, but they will be in the next couple of weeks. So we'll, keep looking back, and, every once in a while check, because they will be showing up in the next couple of weeks. We're still filling out the last couple of classes and counselors, et cetera. So once again, registration 10/31 at midnight, and hopefully we'll see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. All right, Mr. Coates, come on down. Oh, question. Yes, sorry.
Don't know anything about that one. Sorry. Yes. Okay. That is happening. I think it's January. It's a little bit later than the Merit Badge College. Yes, it's happening again.
Do you need anything?
Do you
need anything on the computer? Be right here.
It's not Merit Badge College, but it's the Cub Scout College. Which awesome program. Cub Scout College. So watch the calendar for details. November 1st. Halloween night, so midnight, November 1st. Correct. Just as verification, we have that 112 2 nights in a row. Thanks, Adrian. Thanks.
One more thing I just wanted to go back to about John's spiel.
I've got.
I mean, funny thing, he called me Matthew, which I have not heard of a very long time. But I also did want to mention, since I know this is the second, roundtable we've done in this new format. I do also want to mention, echo what John said about the Northwest. Certainly applies to the Southwest as well. While I would love to help all the Southwest units, Ethan Basham is here tonight as well. Our Southwest District Executive. And we can certainly help you guys with what we're doing in the Northwest, but I did just want to reiterate, Membership is 365 days a year. Just because the 21st has come and gone doesn't mean that, we are not actively pursuing new families to join, especially with Halloween coming up and things like that, as Pat Six is doing. So if you have anything, whether you're in the Northwest or Southwest, please talk to either myself or Ethan, and we coordinate you with do the best of our abilities. So thank you all once again for what you do. Thanks again for being here tonight, and I'll turn it back over to you.
Right, and I did want to add on to that, right? Again, the roundtables aren't district specific anymore. So while he mentioned the Southwest and the Northwest, in the Southeast, right? We have our district executive there. Someone can help me with the name. Justin, that's right. Justin Clare. And then in the Northeast, Patrick Danner. We have Jim Agnetta as the district commissioner up there, and we have Derek Jones is the district commissioner in the Southeast, and Kevin Kennedy is the district commissioner in the Southwest. And we all know our friend Jeremy in the Northwest. Okay, so please, all of these opportunities are available in all of our districts, especially hopefully there's those online that are coming in from a variety of districts as well. So there's work going on everywhere, and there's help for you everywhere, which is a great segue, isn't it? Tonight, what I'd like to talk about, we're calling it Narragansett 101. It's not entirely specific to Narragansett 101, but we will get down to that. And the topics we're going to cover tonight, national and council service territories and what their roles are, the council and district organizations, unit services, commissioner service, unit assessment, and a service plan. So some of you may have heard these things, right? I just wanted to outline for you the different levels that scouting takes to try and develop the program and deliver it to the units, right? On the national level, the National Council is led by a volunteer board of directors and the National Executive Board. The administration functions are performed by a staff of professional scouters. Its major functions, among its major functions, the National Councils develop program. They set and maintain our quality standards and training, leadership selection, uniforming, registration records, literature development, and advancement requirements, and on, okay? The council service territories, they were recently known as national service territories. Some of you may have heard that there were areas and there were regions, and those have been consolidated, and that's where today the CSTs operate. And they're more or less a conduit between national and the councils, right? Through collaboration, we have meetings. Those of us on the council level have meetings with council service territories and national once a month, right? And there is a lot of collaboration that goes on with all of the new stuff that's rolling out. They help us understand where national wants to take the program with input from scouts and scouters, right? But they help us greatly understand what's coming and methods in which we could deliver that program. If we were going on the next page, so council, right? Council either provides or supports, and I'll explain that, the districts in carrying out the four standard functions. These four standard functions: membership, fund development, program, and unit service. These functions and all other responsibilities are accomplished by each council in a manner that is consistent with local conditions and circumstances. What do I mean by that, right? Well, different councils maybe have strengths, I'll say, in different areas. So councils may perform some functions where they believe that it's more appropriate for them to do so. And in other areas or communities, the districts may have a strong presence, right? Strong staffs, and they could take on some of those things. So between council and district, they kind of figure out where the lead in the execution of those certain roles can come from, right? So districts primarily should be responsible for carrying out those four standard functions mentioned above. Again, membership, fund development, program, and unit service. Okay, next page. So how does this all happen? So yes, this is intended to look busy, right? Basically, you have, just like on the unit level and all the way up to the national level, you have key threes at all level of scouting, right? On the council level, you have the council commissioner, the council president. Those are both volunteer positions, and the people under them are volunteers. And then you have the council scout executive, who we all know is Mr. McCandless today, who's with us tonight, right? And he has his staff, right? And the three of us all work together on the council level to help the districts and the units deliver the program to our youth. Okay? On the district level, we have district commissioners, district chairs, and the district executive, right? Now you can see there's all kinds of positions under that, right? So here's what's important, right? What they're, next page, please. What we are available for to help you with is finance, which could be fund development, support, the Scout Reach programs, membership via recruiting and other methods, program, be it training, advancement, or activities, and there's other support functions we could provide, right? So with all of that, how do we align these resources? How do you guys as unit leaders and gals as unit leaders understand where your strengths and your weaknesses might be, and who do you go to get help? Well, the simple answer is, right, we have our district executives, but I'm here to speak for as well the commissioners, right? The commissioners, our service focuses on the unit. The commissioner's specific mission is to keep units operating at maximum efficiency so that they can deliver a good program to a growing youth membership. This service is provided to the units via specifically or individually by our unit commissioners, and then on a community level like tonight at our monthly roundtables by the roundtable teams, right? So, okay, all of this is great. How do we get right down to it, right? Well, assessments. We all have heard of Journey to Excellence. There is going to be some changes in that program, but hopefully, and there will be tools that help us understand how it is when we're doing Journey to Excellence, where our strengths and our weaknesses are. Well, there's this thing called a detailed assessment, and you can go online and you can get these forms, right? And in collaboration with, you could do it on your own, but in collaboration with a commissioner, right? We can go through these different areas, be it program, be it membership, be it training, those kinds of things, and help you identify where your unit's strengths and your weaknesses may be. All of us have strengths and weaknesses. There's always something that we could to work to improve on. So after we get done reviewing the unit's key performance indicators, from that, we again identify what its strengths and its needs are. And from that, we develop a unit service plan. Unit service plans typically result in hopefully 3 to 5, right? Typically, I should say 3 to 5 SMART goals. And then from those SMART goals, we could sit there, come up with the priorities, and then the commissioners can help you understand who it might be at either the district or the council level that could help you, whether it be through training or just hands-on help or conversation, figure out how it is that you can achieve or realize your goal. Okay? So, sounds pretty simple, right? It went pretty quick, but honest to gosh, in the end, that's kind of it in a nutshell, right? All of this is about all of these things that are there on a variety of levels to help you deliver that program effectively to that youth, right? And there is a whole bunch of stuff out there that so many new unit leaders just aren't aware of, right? So again, you have your district executives and your district commissioners in each of the 4 districts, right? We're assigning unit commissioners where available, but more importantly, just understand that you can always reach out to one of them. And as I've been saying recently, right? My email address is rob.coates, C-O-A-T-E-S, .bsa@icloud.com. If you ever are stuck and you don't know who to get in touch with, you can always send an email to me and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And if I can't get back to you right away, I will also be including your district commissioner to try and get you a quick answer or to get you quick help and figure out where we need to go from there. Are there any questions relative to that? Anybody have any questions? It's Rob, R-O-B, .coates, C-O-A-T-E-S, .bsa @icloud.com. Okay? Any other questions on that? Yes. Oh. How did I know this was coming? By the way, my new look, I'm trying to look more like Adrian McCure, so. Sure. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Camping or cold weather camping is still addressed at the national level. Noted that only Scouts, BSA, or venturing crews, et cetera, can partake. That reference has been dropped since 2018. So what is the current position on cold weather camping for Cub Scouts? And if it's changed in 2010, determination of cold weather camping, or is it for Cub Scouts?
So I don't have a specific example, but I am going to write it down, right? And we'll make sure that we get the message out not only to you, but to the audience in general, right? Relative to that answer, right? But does somebody in the room know what that answer might be officially? Yes, sir? Yeah, please.
So the answer is the Narragansett Council continues. I'll step over this way so we're actually in the feed there. Thank you, Bob. The Narragansett Council continues with the past BSA policy where Cub Scouts don't do cold weather camping. Now, that means overnight camping. There are opportunities for Webelos to come to certain events with troops during the daytime, and we also do. The council organizes what's called the Cub Scout Iditarod, which happens at Camp Norse near Plymouth, and that comes up, I think, in February. And Matt's probably Ethan confirms it's February. That is a great activity for Cub Scouts. They get a taste of the cold weather activities. It's a great activity. Cub Scouts have an awesome time there. Happens at Camp Norse. But great question. That's exactly right. We maintain that still today. But thank you. We should actually reiterate that because we haven't reiterated that anytime recently. So thank you for bringing it up. That's a good catch. Great questions. Jeff in the back.
With this age group, you have to plan things with their parents months in advance. Sure. To be able to do that. In my experience with, K through 5 kids, you could have planned months in advance to be able to have the parents go camping.
So
we have a very short runway.
Yep. So I would just reiterate the policy of the council has not changed in this regard in years and years and years. So it remains the same. It's a good reminder. We need to reiterate that and make sure we communicate that. But there's a reason for it. There's always a reason for it. That is the BSA or Scouting America nor the council. We don't offer any training to Cub Scout leaders on cold weather camping. We don't offer any training to scouts at that age level of cold weather camping. And cold weather camping has the potential to be serious. It could, in certain cases, be deadly if people are not prepared and find themselves in the wrong circumstances. That's the reason. Scouts BSA, I mean, you won't find any reference to cold weather camping in the Webelos handbook or any of the other Cub Scout books, but you do in the Scout handbook. We train scouts at the Scouts BSA level about cold weather camping. We train troop leaders about cold weather camping. We work to prepare them for that. That is a Scouts BSA activity. So that does present a challenge in the scenario you just mentioned, but We need to be careful about planning in an appropriate time frame for that, and maybe the weather will cooperate at that time frame. We'll see. The other thing I would add, as it relates to Cub Scout camping, that sometimes I see gets missed is Cub Scout camping has to take place where? Does anyone know who's a Cub Scout leader? Yeah, thank you. Cub Scout camping, you can't go to Joe's farm out in Exeter. It has to be, or Sally's farm, or anyone else's farm, or something like that. It has to be at a council approved property, which in our case would be Camp Yagu, Camp Norse, Camp Champlin or Adventure Base Camp, and I think and Camp Aquapog. Is Buck Hill approved for Cub Scout camping? Thank you. All right. Yeah, so it'd have to be one of those council camp properties. It'd be for both. The exception is for AOLs that are going with a troop. Yes. That's right. That's right. Great. Okay. I'm going to go back to Jeff in the back there. Yes. Thank you for that. It's all in there. Oh, good. Thank you. Well, let me have you clarify that. Yeah. Great.
No, your new Cub Scout day was at Champlin on Saturday, so it worked out perfect.
Great.
Because we had all kinds of activities.
Beautiful.
In addition to our own. So I would, if you're a new leader, take advantage of an October camp out next year and coordinate it with your new Cub Scout team. Because it was BB guns, archery, craft, everything was open and it was great.
Awesome. Glad you guys were out there. Now that leads into, we have a new Cub Scout day at Camp Norse in November, like maybe the second Saturday, I think in November, I believe, which is a great, it's not limited to new Cub Scouts. It's designed that your new Cub Scouts, they get to go outside and have a great outdoor activity before winter sets in. And they get to do all the things Jeff just mentioned, BB, archery, etc. So we have another one coming up in October. All Cub Scouts can come to that, by the way. You do need to register in advance, and you can do so via our website. But that's a great activity. Let me ask the troops, how many of your troops last year you did cold weather camping, not cabin camping, but you did a cold weather camp out as a troop? Awesome. Excellent. So great. I would urge troops to do cold weather camping. Specifically, whether you do it at one of the Klondike Derbies that come up in January, February, or your own cold weather camp out. One, you got to be prepared for it, and you need to train youth and leaders in advance. Don't just go. They need to know and do the proper training on the proper equipment. But cold weather camping is an incredible skill to teach to young people. It's potentially a life-saving skill to teach to young people. So I think every troop should do that every year. And I would encourage you, we introduced last year, you'll see some more information coming up in the newsletters about it. We introduced last year, the council brought back our Frost Points Award, which is this is for troops only, troops and crews. You can earn the Frost Points for however, when you go camping in it overnight, if it's below freezing, your scouts earn points for every degree below freezing that it gets that night. So if it's 20 degrees, they get how many Frost Points? They get 12 frost points. And then I don't have the numbers in front of me, but for every so many frost points, they qualify for the Frost Point Award. Thank you. Thank you. So for every 100 points that they get in a winter, they can qualify for the Frost Point Award. So I would urge that for scouts. It's a great way for scouts to earn an award, but more importantly, learn an important life skill. I just want to say to what Rob was talking about with everything about the organization, districts, councils, if you're newer, some of that might seem overwhelming. There's no dumb questions. If you got a question on any of that, you don't know what Rob was talking about, now's the time to ask. We'd love to hear from you. And I think the message that Rob gave more than anything else is don't feel like if you're in a unit and you're having some challenges, whether it's recruiting leaders or youth or programming, whatever it is, there is so much help and so many experienced people in this audience that have done this for a long time that we could connect you with so that you don't have to struggle on this. We've done it. We've got it figured out. We can help you with this kind of stuff. But any other questions for Rob or anyone else here? We want to make sure we address those. Ashley. Pardon? Or what's this? Great. Who? Paul Feeney? Paul. Okay.
Questions like that, please, we will get you the answers right away, okay? And whoever's not assigned, just wait for it.
And you're in the Southwest District, and Ethan, right over here down the row, he's your district executive, as well as Kevin is your district commissioner. So a lot of great volunteers and staff to be of assistance to you. Good question. Wow, that's new. We're new. Awesome.
It is. And as I mentioned last month, right, there are units that don't have commissioners assigned, right? Don't fret. Again, district commissioner, council commissioner, we will get you the help. Right now, we have challenges. We're addressing units with priority needs and new units first. This is just transparency, right? But every unit has access to service. And if you want an assessment or you just have a question, please, by all means, reach out to us. And the district executives and the professional staff, they've been frankly doing a bang up job, right? Helping us as well. We do work together in all areas, okay? So this is exactly what Roundtable is supposed to be about, right? We don't all have the answers. We know where to get them 99% of the time, but more often than not, there's one or two people in the room that have the answer. So this is awesome. Thank you very much for your participation. 47 people here tonight. That's pretty good. That's really good. Thank you very much for coming. We have one more topic. Yes, sir? Oh.
So everyone look sharp. Look good. Look bad. Straighten out your hair a little bit. All right, everything okay? Nobody behind the desk. Here we go. Awesome. Thank you.
Did I put it back right? Good. Okay. So I believe we have time to keep going, right, Linda? We have one more great topic tonight. I will tell you, just when you thought you knew everything, you keep, microphone, is it off? It is? Test, test. Okay. So, right? Oftentimes we're reminded that perhaps we didn't know as much about a topic as we should have. And I think that this is perhaps more important than what I just talked about before, and that's incident reporting. I will tell you, on the national level and at the CST meeting, we talked about incident reporting, and surprisingly, there was a very low number, what you would have expected relative to incident reports. So what in the heck is that, right? We go to the next page, please. So we're going to talk about incident reporting. What is an incident? Navigating through these incidents, gathering information, and reporting tools. Okay? And I have a tendency to speed up. So if anybody has a question or if I'm just rushing too fast, slow me down, please. Okay? So why report an incident? Well, the information reported from incidents helps identify areas for improvement so that we can help prevent the recurrence of similar incidents, right? Scouting cannot address a concern if we don't know about it. Reporting incidents promptly is also critical to scouting, or so that Scouting America can respond in a timely manner and manage the claims properly. Okay? When do I report an incident? This is key, right? You should immediately contact the Narragansett Council to report or get assistance with a serious incident or a fatal or an abusive type of incident. So immediately we need to contact council. And I will always say, and we'll say it again, if there's an emergency, the first thing you do is call 911, right? First thing you do is call 911, right? Reporting incidents, Now, this is the one that I really got some good clarification on. You report incidents within 24 hours if an injury or illness cannot be treated by scout rendered first aid, a medical professional such as a doctor or a nurse was needed, or an ambulance was called. Okay? So, again, if it was treated by just scout rendered first aid, you're good. Okay? But if it required the assistance of a doctor or a nurse or an ambulance was called, it should be reported within 24 hours. How do you report an incident? Well, there's incident reporting tools on our council website, and I'll show you the address for those at the end of this, okay? And of course, we want to know what the facts of the incident are and all of that stuff. We're going to get into that a little bit. Reporting tips. It's important that incident reports are filled out as completely as possible. This will help bring clarity to the situation. It'll avoid unnecessary calls or emails for additional information. And we should be thinking about photographs of the site, the facilities, the vehicle or equipment involved, and all of that can obviously add value to the report. Remember to include only the pertinent facts about the incident. And when we're doing this, please do not assign any blame or include personal opinion in these reports, okay? These are fact-based. If there's something to pursue, the people who know how to do these investigations will do them and get to the right. They'll take the appropriate action, okay? Stick to the facts again. So next page, please. What's an incident? Well, there's three types of incidents. There's a near miss, which does not result in an injury, illness, or damage by definition, but it did have the potential to do so, okay? It had the potential to do so. Then you've got general liability, which is events or allegations of injury, illness, or property damage, including employment, director, or officer issues, okay? And then finally, youth protection or membership infractions. They're allegations of abuse, they're violations of BSA or scouting guidelines or policies, or they're inappropriate behavior by a scout leader, a parent, or any other any other person that may have been involved in a scouting function, okay? Next page. So, navigating through these incidents. The first thing we want to think about immediately is safety, right? We conduct a rapid assessment to identify any potential injuries or hazards. We provide first aid as needed. We seek medical help promptly, and if necessary, we call 911. If the situation warrants, more individuals, we got to move individuals to safer areas to mitigate any immediate risks. Step two is we want to grasp the full situation. Understanding the incident in its entirety empowers you to respond effectively. We have to gather comprehensive information about what happened in an effort to establish a clear understanding. If minors are involved, We need to inform parents and or guardians of the situation as soon as we can. Our third step is to document the incident thoroughly, right? Accurate documentation is key to help us address any incidents comprehensively. We collect all the available information by documenting the who, the what, the where, the when, and the why. And all of that will be in our incident reporting forms, our incident reporting tools. And again, we'll show you where the website or what the web address is for those. Please use the witness statement forms for those involved as soon as we possibly can so that we can get a detailed memory or recollection of the event, right? We want to construct a timeline that outlines the sequence of the events leading up to and following the incident. We want to include the names of all individuals involved and the detailed actions that were taken to address the situation, right? We're looking to kind of support or enhance our documentation again with the photographs of the scene and again, these witness statements. Step 4 is we notify Narragansett Council. Staying in touch with the local council is crucial for transparency and proper record keeping, right? The Narragansett Council phone number, if we want to write this down, and we'll somehow post this information somewhere, Linda or Lisa, right? So that people have this, but 401-351-8700 is a number that you can call to leave a message, or hopefully if somebody picks up, report the incident, right? Then follow up with care. Continuing to provide support and care after the initial response is essential. We want to maintain open communication with the families and those affected by the incident. We address any questions or concerns that they may have and ensure that they feel properly supported throughout. This can be overwhelming, right? I know that there's those in the room who've been around a lot longer than I have, but I've been involved on the troop and the Cub Pack level for over 15 years. I've dealt with a few of these. And sometimes managing the people, right, can be a distraction to trying to manage the immediate incident or the accident, right? So if you need help, please ask for it, right? Don't try and manage the whole thing yourself if it's just too overwhelming, okay? So gathering information. Step 1, basic information, right? Date, time of the incident. I'm not going to get into the specifics of each one of these for sake of time, but all of this is supported by the report forms that you'll find on the council website. But we've got basic information, the nature of the incident, the involved individuals, a description of the incident, witness information, injuries or damage, immediate response, contributing factors, follow-up actions, and again, photo and documentation. So reporting tools. On our council website, right? And if you go to Narragansett Council, you'll see a volunteers tab. On the volunteers tab, you're going to see a section, volunteer resources, and under that, you're going to see the safety hub. When you click on the safety hub link, it will bring you to these forms and other information packets relative to incident reporting, okay? But you'll find on there, incident report, a witness statement, youth protection or membership infraction reporting tool, an injury or incident report, or a near miss reporting tool, okay? Next page, reporting. So where do I send my incident reports? Well, again, if it's an emergency, the first thing we do is call 911, right? But we've gotten our forms, we filled them all out. What you can do is email those documents to support546@scouting.org, right? And the professionals will receive an email or a notification that something has been sent. Oh, by the way, that's where you can send an email to get help as well, okay? So support546@scouting.org, that's where you would send this incident report packet and they'll get it. During non-office hours, you can call the Scouts First helpline, and this is a national helpline, right? At 1-844-726-8871. That is available 24 hours a day. Or by emailing them at scoutsfirst scouting.org. Okay? So, last page. Oh, if you want, actually leave that up. That's really good information, right? Yes, sir. That's true. Yeah.
Any incident reports. So I think it's appropriate to list her email as well. So it's Diane, D-I-A-N-E .Cloutier, C-L-O-U-T-I-E-R @scouting.org.
Thank you. Yeah. Diane's where I got all of this information, frankly, right? So, and I should say, I know that there's been times recently even, right, where we may have reported an incident and maybe we haven't heard back on those. Trust me, it is being followed up on, right? If you do have a concern that nothing's being done, you can reach out to Diane, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to your district executive, right? And hopefully, not hopefully, they will provide assurance that the incident that you reported has been looked into. I cannot tell you that they're going to give you specifics or details, right? There are obvious privacy issues that may come up in the course of these investigations. And frankly, only a few people get to understand some of the details depending on what the incident might have been. Okay? Yes, sir.
I'd like to add to Matt's comment. We had an incident in July, beginning of June, and we followed the procedures that you just mentioned.
Yes.
And we contacted Diane, and since we contacted Diane, we had communication back and forth for like a week,
Mhm.
status, and then, then like maybe after that, national action follow up.
Wow. Nice.
So,
Good.
it works. All procedures and everything moves.
Very good. Yes, sir.
So in the chaos,
Yes.
if a particular parent, they're not aware of exactly what the procedures are and stuff like that. Let's just say that, for example, at some sort of an event, there's not somebody there who is knowledgeable about it. If somebody calls the helpline, is somebody in the helpline going to sort of like guide them through the process?
I would assume yes, but Tim, can you help me with that, please?
Yes, they will guide you through the process. They immediately, if they contact the helpline, it's 2 a.m. in the morning, we have that. They immediately contact me, and they record those calls. Actually, for me, recording other calls, but the person on the other end, the helpline, they're trained to have those. But they're trained, they're incident response specialists, that's what they do. And the answer to your question, yeah, they walk through and they coordinate directly with us and do the follow-up.
I think there was more questions over here. No? Good? Mr. McCure? Wow. Okay. All right. So thank you, everybody, for your time. I know how valuable your time. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, boy.
I've seen it posted on the Camping Icon page and the council page. It was on the slideshow in the beginning. Trunk or treat is coming up October 26th. If you ever want to drive your car randomly on Civil Field, decorate it like crazy, park on the field and get out maybe kids. Perfect opportunity for that. Jonathan has been working very hard to set this up. We think it's a great opportunity to continue having a event that camp year round. We would love to see all our units that we get to see all year in summer going by during the fall as.
Okay.
October 26th, going to be running 2 to 5 in the afternoon. So it is the same day as door hanger day for scouting for food. But if you want to swing by afterwards, we'd love to see you guys.
Okay, so door hangers are still available outside. And again, I would like to thank everybody for your valuable time. Oh, yes. Boy. Oh, there we go. We've opened the door. Oh, great.
Lorianne?
So I'd like to make an announcement too. If anybody hasn't signed up for Joda Jody yet, Joda Jody is happening at Camp North October 18th through the 20th. It is an amazing event. I brought it up before. Well, Sean Baker was here before. We participated in this event last year. Spoke to scouts from 53 different countries. We have some really fun activities lined up for this year.
Okay.
Saturday is going to be a Cub Day, so you can register and bring your cubs. And the girls and the adults that are going to be there will have some activities. We have the girls are planning some fun activities. The radio merit badge is going to be offered. So if you haven't signed up, it is a weekend event. You can also come for the day, but it is a weekend event. We are planning on staying up very late. Last year we stayed up until 1 a.m. talking to scout troops from the Philippines.
All right.
Malaysia. We tried to talk to somebody from Australia, but they couldn't hear us.
Great.
It is an amazing event. So sign up, come have fun with us.
Great. Thank you. So, okay. Thank you. So thank you again, right? Feedback's a gift. Feedback's a gift, right? Hopefully you find this new format great or good, or if there's areas that we could do different or do better, please, please, please let us know, right? Again, Linda Norton is our Assistant Council Commissioner for Roundtables. Marsha, there is a suggestion box in the back, right? Send me an email, right? Please, feedback is a gift. This is your roundtable, okay? It's very nice to see the numbers growing here month to month. So thank you very much, okay? There are still some refreshments out in the cafeteria. There is coffee up there in the corner for those who want to dare coffee at this time of the day, right? And for those who want to see this again, we'll see you Monday up in Massachusetts for our second roundtable. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much.